a Blue Crane, and this specific 5-cent piece is a one that was struck in 1976. So obviously it has the effigy of the then president for sure. So when this 5-cent piece was discontinued, or when the second decimal series was discontinued and the new third decimal series was introduced, we had the very same design continued on the 5-cent piece, but just facing the opposite way. It was flipped around, and that same design was continued for the 5-cent piece. So this ran up until the 2000s, if I'm not the early 2000s, after which this 5-cent piece was discontinued as well. And there we have the new coat of arms, as well as 2009. 2012, if I'm not mistaken, or 2011 was when this 5-cent piece was discontinued, and the 10-cent replaced it as the smallest denomination coin in South Africa. So the 5-cent piece is not the only piece where we see the design carry over from one generation to the next, or even across denominations. Here we have the 2-cent piece from the second decimal series. You can see there's I think a blue wildebeest, and mountains in the background. I always thought of that mountain in the background being Table Mountain, though I don't think blue wildebeest were native to the Cape. I'm not sure about that. So this might be the Drakensberg Mountain in the background, because I think they're more situated in Natal. It does appear to be Table Mountain though. Who knows? But there you have the blue wildebeest, and that same design was used for the 5 Rand when the 5 Rand was introduced in 1994. So there we have the 5 Rand, and there you can see that same design used from the 2-cent piece when this was discontinued, and the 5 Rand introduced in the third decimal series. That design was carried over, and then it was used for the new bimetallic 5 Rand as well. Though if we look at both of these specimens, they are both uncirculated, though that 2-cent piece has a much higher detail and a much higher relief. If you can have a look there, isn't that amazing? I've never really looked into that much detail at these two coins side by side, but just look at the detail in the head of that animal, of that wildebeest. Look at the muscles, the detail in the muscles, the detail in the face, and then compare that to the 5 Rand. The design definitely didn't carry across much of the detail when the design was carried over. So if you can see, I'm trying to see who that is. The initials JV something. I think it's the same designer that designed the big 1 Rand coin. And with this 5 Rand, it's ALS, Arthur something Sutherland. Can't remember his second name. If I'm not mistaken, it is Arthur Sutherland that designed the 5 Rand. So it's not the same designer or engraver, but more or less the same design that was carried across, though the original can't be bested. I think the 2 cent piece was a much beautiful design, much more detail, and I'm carrying on again. So let me cut this video short. There we have a video on same designs that are carried across various coins and denominations. Thank you for watching. Like this video and don't forget to subscribe.